What's up, guys? My name is Cooper, and welcome back to my Phasmophobia guide series, where we talk about everything you could possibly need to know about Phasmophobia, whether that be the tutorial, learning about equipment, learning about ghost behaviors, doing no evidence runs, apocalypse runs, anything that you need to know, we're going to be covering in this series. Today, we're going to be going in on intermediate, though. On the next map, if you remember my video from last time, we went in as a basic beginner where we had only the starter items, and we went on Tanglewood and went on amateur. So today, we're going to go in on intermediate. Intermediate is the next step up from amateur, where you have an average setup time, which if I'm correct, I think it's two minutes that you get to set up on. An average hunt grace period, so it's going to be a little bit shorter than the amateur mode. Average hunt duration, so it's going to be longer. Sanity pills restore some sanity. I think on intermediate it's 35% as opposed to 40 on amateur. Fuse box starts off. So this is the first time that we will actually have to go find the fuse box ourselves. So you have fewer places to hide, so some of them will actually be blocked off, and then you regain some of your lost equipment if you die, so you get a little bit of insurance money. But you get a 2x reward instead of a 1x reward as with amateur mode. Today we're going to be going in with all of the tier 1 items. I did put tier 3 flashlights in just for you guys, so you guys have a better viewing experience, but you do get a crappy tier 1 flashlight, which looks like this guy right here, and it's crappy. Let me tell you, you'll love the tier 3 flashlight. So let's go in and let's see what ghosty we got. We're gonna play with all of the tier 1 items and talk about them, as well as just like show you how intermediate is. So we do have 2 minutes from the time that we open the door where the ghost cannot lower our sanity lower than 50. We have these lovely crucifixes. I haven't played with these in a while. I'm gonna go in with a flashlight. This is the tier 3 flashlight, and it's freaking amazing. This guy talks forever, let me tell you. We're gonna go in with the EMF. I'm gonna go in with the photo cam. So this is what the EMF looks like. If you've watched my guide or my tutorial video, I highly recommend you watch the tutorial video. It tells you exactly how to use any of the evidence equipment, but some of the equipment is not in the tutorial video at all. Like this photo cam. We'll show you how to do the photo cam, which, by the way, if you don't already have, do you see my reticle right here in the middle of my screen? If you don't have this at your full brightness, this will help you take photos, by the way. I highly recommend if you go into pause menu, options, game, scroll down, and go to cursor brightness. I like to turn mine all the way up so that you can kind of see what you're picking up a little bit better. So now we have to, oh, I forgot. We have to go find our breaker because our breaker starts off, right? So if we go to this map, on this map, it'll actually tell you where the breaker is. So I don't see the breaker on the first floor. It's going to be in the basement. So if I toggle down, you see this little box with like a lightning bolt. That's our power. So we got to go to the basement to find the breaker. Now you won't always see where the breaker is depending on the difficulty you're on, but this particular difficulty you can see. So we're going to go to the basement. I just happen to know this map very, very well. So I know exactly where the basement is. We're going to go over and turn on the power, which is right here. Boom. All right, we're going to double check for a bone while we're on our way. Oh, I need to turn. I always forget to turn this EMF on. So that's my bad. Okay, we're listening. Not hearing anything. I'm pretty sure all the doors start shut too on this particular difficulty. So if we see any doors open, it's probably where our ghosty is. I'm not hearing anything though. I'm gonna go back downstairs and just kind of listen for a moment. There's the bone. Nice. Okay, so since we have our photo camera, we're gonna go ahead and take this photo. I usually like to place my cursor over the object that I want to take a picture of, because you don't have a viewfinder on this particular camera, so it's hard to tell where to take the photo. But as long as your cursor is on it, you should get a 3-star photo. Also, the tier 1 camera is gonna take lower quality photos, so you'll notice that in your book as you, ooh, that shadow was weird, as you take photos, as you upgrade your camera too. I'm not hearing anything. Ghosty. We found our suspect. Oh, EMF 5. Okay. We got some EMF 5 going here. Oop, that's not where I wanted to go. So ghost evidence, we got EMF 5. There's EMF 5 again. And you, oop, never mind. That's not what it was. It was this one right here. Okay, so we can take dirty water as well as a photo. So make sure your reticle is on there. You take that photo. Bada bing, bada boom. Look how crappy that photo is. It's so funny playing with the tier 1 items. Okay, okay. Let me take that photo too. Interaction, bada bing, bada boom. I don't have a UV light, so I can't. You used to be able to just take photos, like a double photo, and see if you had fingerprints, but you can't do that anymore. If you don't charge it with the UV light, it's not gonna count as a photo. So, perfect. All right, so we know where our ghosty is. Right here is that EMF 5 spike too, which is, it's a 4 spike, but it also counts as an EMF 5. I'm gonna go ahead and take this crucifix just for kicks. We're gonna take a UV light since it is touching doors. I don't know if it will. I don't know if we'll still have fingerprints. If it is a fingerprints ghost, they do expire. Fingerprints do expire over time, but I think it takes a while. So we may be in time. I don't know. We may not be in time. So we gotta double check that. I'm gonna turn this off and see if we get spirit box. Where are you? Are you here? Are you close? Are you friendly? Where are you? Are you near? Are you far? Where are you? Are you here? Are you close? Are you friendly? Okay. I'm gonna place this. If you notice the tier 1 crucifix, the range is not super big on it. It's not super big as compared to some of the other tiered items, but we're gonna go ahead and just place our crucifix here in the middle of the room. Actually, I'm gonna place it. Woo. There's that EMF 5 again. We could take a picture of this too, as long as the EMF interaction. Oh, hello. Turned on a light. As long as the EMF is valid on it. I just touched this door. Give me this. Give me this. No fingies. You can take a photo. So anything that gives off an EMF value, I'm gonna turn this off because it's kind of loud. Anything that gives off an EMF value, you can take a photo of. So we should have several. Yeah, perfect. Nice. All right, good photos. So far, we don't have any evidence. The only thing I do know is what the ghost is not based on ghost behavior, but we're not talking about that until later. So, oh, and never mind. We do have evidence. We have EMF 5. I was like, wait a minute, what? All right, let's go look for orbs. We'll take a dots, and we'll take a book in. What's our sanity? We're at 91. We still kicking. We doing great. We doing great. Also, I think, I grabbed a tripod, right? Cameras are a little bit easier to see if you don't have them on the tripod. We'll grab this. Ooh, we got Orbeez. Do you see that Orbie right there? Hopefully you can see that Orbie. Ooh, big yeet. All right, so we got some Orbeez. Also, I forgot to bring one thing in. I don't know if I'm gonna need it at this point. No, I'm not. Okay, so I haven't seen any fingies, so we should probably see dots here since we haven't seen fingies, but obakes have a chance to not leave fingies, so it is possible that we do have fingies and it's just not showing. Okay, I don't think it's gonna be fingies, so we need to find dots, which the dots pen is a little bit kind of hard to use. Okay, so the ghost is this direction. I'm gonna point my dots pin at the ghost. There it is. So if you know where the ghost is in proximity to the room, you can point your dots pin at it and try to get dots. Let me see if I can do that again. So we have a Raiju. Because we have EMF 5, we have ghost orbs, and we have dots. So let's see if we can get that again. The dots pin is actually really cool. It's just a little bit difficult to get dots sometimes because it doesn't like shine on a big portion of the room, and you kind of have to be scanning. Hopefully we can get it again, because that would be amazing. Come on, you can do it, little Raiju. I believe in you. Dots is really hard to get, so if you're not getting dots, just be patient. Okay, so the ghost is this direction. Come on, give me dots. Do it. Do it. You turned on the radio, you're this direction. I know you are. Enter that dots phase. So the ghost actually has to enter a dots phase where it can be visible in the dots. I gotta turn that off. I gotta turn that off. The radios are insane. There it is again. Did you see it? Okay, okay, okay. So we got dots. We got dots. Ooh. Wait, which door was that? Was it this one? It was this one, as opposed to this one, right? Okay, so I'm gonna leave that on so I know that this EMF is active so we can take a photo. Boom. All right, I'm gonna turn that off. Let me go get some other items. We're just gonna play with all of the items, except for all of the, because we have a ghost that doesn't have things like spirit box or freezing or things like that. If you want to know how to use some of the evidence items, I recommend going to my tutorial video, and I go through all of the evidence items that you could use, like the thermo. We go through the book. We go through like how to like charge UV fingerprints. Actually, I don't know if we've actually charged any fingerprints, but hopefully we'll get that in a future video. I'm gonna go ahead and take this again. We're gonna take a sound sensor because sound sensors are kind of cool as you get, you know, up there. We also talked about sanity drugs. So if I take this, we're at 81% sanity. I just took one of those, and my sanity, as you can see, is going up very slowly over time. I believe it's over a span of 30 seconds. So it goes up slowly. You have to kind of wait for it to get you all the way there. So we're at 100% sanity now. These are kind of hard to show in single player, but basically the only thing that the tier 1 head cameras do is that it allows you to see from somebody's perspective. You have to be in multiplayer to be able to use it, but you can come to the truck and you can see their head cam on the what do you call it? The monitor here in the truck, the computer in the truck. But that's it. There's no lights on it. Like the tier 2 one has lights on it, and the tier 3 is night vision. But you can come over here, you can click on the mouse and it'll change your camera view. And then toggling this will toggle night vision on and off. Also, the directions are right here if you ever forget. Mouse to swap camera and keyboard to toggle night vision. Night vision is the only way that you can see orbs, by the way. All right, let's go in. We'll go in with a paramic, because why not? Because why not? Paramics are kind of fun. So the tier 1 paramic is not overly great because it doesn't give you any information other than like when you use it. Oh, hang on. Hello. There's collision with the tripods, by the way. Presently, I don't think that's supposed to be the case. We're actually gonna move this because this, ooh, and you can't walk with it. It's kind of janky. We're gonna turn this on. You notice how everything gets muffled around you, and it has a. Dude, that's a ghost event. Overstimulation. Holy crap. Holy crap. I just got super overstimulated right there. Sorry about that. So anyway, I was like, is this a new paramic sound I've never heard? Like, what is this? Okay. So we're going to turn it on. Everything gets muffled except for what you need to hear. So you kind of have to like pan this around. We'll see if we can get a ghost sound with it. But it has a very like, okay, so it's touching doors. It's touching the doors. It has a very like, there you go. There's a sound. There's a sound. The Raiju doesn't have any like special sounds, so we don't need to keep listening. But it just has a very small bowl at which it can like detect sound. So you have to kind of be panning around the room quite a bit. What else did I bring? This doesn't count. This doesn't matter. I think that's it. I think I brought another crucifix in. So let's go back and grab some other items and see what else we got to mess around with. I think I placed that sound sensor. Yeah, so if you scroll back up, oh, I did not place it well. I did not place it well at all. I'm gonna go in with another sound sensor. We'll go in with the motion sensor and we'll go in with some salt. What was that? Was that the ghost of it? Did you see that spike? Holy crap. Anyway, let's go in with some other stuff here. All right. I'm gonna put the sound sensor right here, maybe. Maybe that'll help. Where did I put the other sound sensor? I actually don't know. So we'll just keep it there. We'll just keep it right there. And we'll put a motion sensor here. So the motion sensor, what's cool about it is it has this laser which goes out to as far as when the ghost can be detected. So if I go out further here, it's not going to detect me. But if I go in closer, now it's going to detect. Ooh, maybe not. I got to go in a little closer. Okay. So now it's going to detect as far as here. So I can place salt here, here. Oh, I only get 2 salts. I forgot. Anyway, the ghost can be detected over here. Nice. We can take these photos. Remember, have your cursor in the middle. There we go. Hopefully, okay, those were both 3 stars, so that's good. That's good. The last one we can get is the bone. So we'll look. Oh no, wait, got the bone. Never mind. We could get a ghost photo potentially. I don't know. We'll see. Also, oh, we also have a cursed item we could take a photo of. I don't typically like to take the photo of the ghost unless it's like an objective, just because it's kind of hard to get sometimes if you're not prepared for a ghost event, or getting it during a hunt is kind of awful. So anyway, salt basically just can tell you if it steps in the salt and you see footsteps on the ground, then you know you have ultraviolet evidence. It's not just fingerprints. But salt is also good for photos, so you get disturbed salt. And then let's see, what else do we have? Also, if the ghost ever walks through this and does not step in your salt, if you know it ran across it, because keep in mind the ghost could walk here and then not step in the salt, right? So you have to have like salt spanning this whole thing, but it could indicate a ghost behavior. We had the motion sensor. So you know what? Or not the motion sensor, the sound sensor. I'm gonna go grab some other stuff. We're gonna go in the truck too, and we're gonna listen to the motion sensor. This is just the tier 1 motion sensor, so it's not greatest, but it's not the worst. Okay. Oh wait. What floor is this? Oh, okay. I forgot there's 3 floors. I was like, what? Okay, so apparently I did place it well. So here's your sound sensor. You can't change the size of the tier 1 ones, but if we listen long enough, actually, can you hear tier 1 sound sensors outside? I'm not sure. I need the ghost to do something. I know tier 2 sound sensors, you can hear what's going on in the truck. We'll turn on the radio and come back out and take a look. Okay, so the last things that we need to play with are the candle and the smudge sticks and the matches. Everything else is it was either covered in the tutorial video or we've already gone through. So let's go back in. These candles are baby candles. They don't last very long. So if we light them, you have to light them with purpose. They do have a little bit of sanity altering effects, but they're not long. So if I start lighting this, if you look at my candle, you're gonna notice it start to go down. I don't know if you can tell. It's going down very slowly. Very, very slowly. So you have to be like prepared for whatever you're using it for, whether it's for an objective. If you need it for an objective, you gotta light it for that. If you're trying to test for Onryo, which Onryos don't like fire, and will always blow it out before using a crucifix, you gotta be prepared for it. See, it just blew out my candle. Because you only have up to 4 candles and they go out. They will burn out. Also, you have matches. Matches also work for Onryo. But these go out as well. Very, very quickly. Very, very quickly. Yep, there it goes. But you have as many matches as there are in the box. Like, if you notice, like, the matches actually do disappear from the box. We'll light the candle while we're here. Ghost just went through the motion sensor. Nice. I don't know if you can tell. They are disappearing from the box. All right, so we're gonna need those for the smudge stick. We're gonna turn this on. We're gonna go back outside here super quick and see if we can hear it from the truck. Excuse me, I got hiccups all of a sudden. It might just be the tier 2. I don't know. I don't remember using the tier 1. Oh, you can. So you can hear what's going on. So like, for example, I have a friend who was in the truck and the ghost did a Yurei ability and she heard it from the truck. And she was able to identify the ghost from the truck, and even before she was even in the house. It was kind of cool. It was kind of great. It was kind of awesome. All right, guys. Now the last thing to talk about is hunt duration for intermediate. Plus, we should probably look for our cursed item, actually. As well as, I'm going to take this key just for funsies. As well as how long the ghost hunts for. Ooh, we have a monkey paw. I don't really love the monkey paw, but you know what? We'll take it. We'll take it. And you know what? We're going to take a photo of it, too, because I don't think we're going to get a ghost photo. Ghost photo is kind of hard to get, especially with this particular camera. So that'll finish off our photos. Nice. What was our last objective? We need to prevent a hunt with crucifix. So I'm going to go ahead and turn this radio off because that's hella annoying. And we're going to wish for sanity. So what sanity does... Actually, should I wish for sanity? Should I? The only issue with asking for sanity is the ghost will change its room, which means it's not going to do our crucifix until we put our crucifix in the correct room. So, you know, let's go ahead and do it. It's going to change its room. I don't know where it's going to come from. We're just going to... Oh, okay. I was like, really turn off my breaker? But no, it was just a ghost event. Ghost events will always turn off your lights in whatever room it did it in. Sometimes it will close doors too, so keep that in mind. Ghost events will do doors. Not just, it kind of looks like a Yuri ability, but it's not actually a Yuri ability. So let's just go ahead and do it. Why not? I wish for sanity. So now if we go outside, I'm going to show you what that did. I'm going to make a whole guide series on each individual cursed item as well. But if you remember, my sanity was really high and now it's not as high. I'm at 50% sanity because asking that question will actually set your sanity to 50%. Whether you are 0% sanity or 100% sanity, it will always set you to 50% sanity. But now the only issue is that I don't know where our ghost is. Our ghost room got re-rolled. So we're gonna go upstairs, we're gonna wait, we're gonna listen, we're gonna see if we can figure out where the ghost is to put these crucifixes in. Now ghosts on intermediate are not as aggressive. But if we stand in here, we'll probably not see our breath anymore. Yeah, so our ghost room definitely changed. Oh, it's in the hallway. Wait a minute. This isn't so bad. This isn't so bad. If it's in the hallway, we can do this, and we can do this. So maybe it'll still use it. Come on. Nope, it's downstairs. It's downstairs. I'm gonna wait for it to come up here. You don't want to like change floors. Oh, that was a short hunt. That was a short hunt. You don't want to change floors while you're being hunted, because sometimes the sounds can be obscured and you might think the ghost is somewhere it's not. I don't know why it was freezing or like freezing breath upstairs, or like cold breath. I should say cold breath instead of freezing breath. I thought the ghost would be up there, but it hunted from downstairs. I have no idea where it hunted from, so we're just gonna take crucifixes and just kind of put them somewhere. I don't know. I'm gonna go grab another smudgy just so we have multiples. Don't know where it hunted from though. Could have been basement? I don't know. Let's listen. Could have been basement. This door is open. Either way, I am going to cut to when this ghost hunts again, because sometimes it can take a little minute, especially on these lower difficulties. Oh! Alright, it finally just decided to hunt. I've been waiting for quite a while, and it just turned off my breaker, so I'm going to turn on my breaker real fast. But it seems like it's upstairs somewhere. I don't know. It's not freezing in the hallway, so I'm not exactly sure. And it hasn't done... Seriously? It just turned it off again. Are you freaking kidding me? Hello? Okay. This ghosty be mad. Big mad. Okay. Hopefully my breaker stays on. But it did, in fact, use a crucifix. So... I need... I guess that's everything that we need. Okay, so it is... Oh, there... Okay, finally, the cold breath showed up. It wasn't doing cold breath earlier, but... Basically, it's a Raiju. You know what? We'll do one hunt. Why not? I can't... See, the thing... The monkey paw is kind of... Jeez. The monkey paw is not, like, the greatest cursed item to have, so... You insane. You absolutely crack-headed insane. I don't know if the ghost is going to start there, so I might start back here. I don't know. Now it's finally actually doing something. It's done like nothing for interactions. It's kind of weird. Okay, so it's back over there. I'm gonna wait right here then. But yeah, we got a Raiju. Raijus are fast around electronics, so I'm gonna try to keep my flashlight off. There's a bug currently in the game where if it uses a crucifix, it turns off all your lights. Oh, thank you for turning that light on. I appreciate it. So I'm just gonna turn on all the lights again. But now, so those crucifixes are now done. They have no charges left. You can take a photo of them. Presently, I don't think you can take interaction photos. So typically, you should be able to take a burned crucifix. She's starting very close. Long grace period. Okay, she's fast because I have my light on. Anyway, typically, so when crucifixes burn, they also put off an EMF value, so you should be able to take an interaction photo off that as well. Okay, she's done. She's done hunting. Boom. She got really fast there because I had my flashlight on, which I shouldn't have had. And she's now eventing. You're crazy, okay? Where are you? You're crazy. All of a sudden, she just decided to be crazy. She did absolutely nothing the whole time that I was waiting for a crucifix to burn. But anyway, now we've got everything done. We've got all of our photos. It pays to have perfect photos, so we got all of our objectives done. We know it's a Raiju because we got all the evidence for it. So let's go. That's it. We talked about everything on here too. Yeah. So those are the tier 1 equipment. It's not bad. It's not bad to start out with, but the first things that I would recommend upgrading are the dots pin for sure. The tier 1 UV is actually pretty darn good if you ask me. Nice. So we got $885. That's so much more than like before when we started off on amateur and we only had the basic items. I think we made like $200. So we already made 4 times as much money, even more than 4 times. But yeah, you can also go over to the detailed statistics in case you guys were wondering. You could look at the distance the ghost traveled, the objects it moved. It did not move very much. 18 items in 25 minutes is nothing. That was less than an item a minute. That was insane. Insane. They get more insane and they start throwing stuff the higher difficulty you're at. Oh my gosh. Anyway, it changed his favorite room once, and that's because we asked on the monkey paw for sanity, so it did change its room that way. Usually on lower, like amateur and intermediate, the ghost won't usually change its room. It would take a lot for it to change its room. But it'll also tell you where the bone was. So if you're having a hard time finding the bone, I mean, it only helps you after the fact. But anyway, game summary, total time investigating, yada, yada, yada. But anyway, hopefully that was educational enough. Here are the things that I personally would upgrade the second you're able to. I would definitely upgrade the dots pin to at least tier 2. EMF works just fine. Like, you could put that off for a while. EMF, the tier 2 EMF is actually, I don't know. I mean, it's definitely better as far as appearance goes. Like, you can actually hear EMF as well. Not just see EMF, but you can hear EMF because it's a different tone for each type of EMF sound or type of EMF 2, 3, 4, or 5. The writing book is worth upgrading because it has a bigger radius, so the ghost is going to interact with it more frequently. But it's not like the very first thing that you should have to upgrade. The spirit box also has an upgrade as far as range goes, and then the audio quality kind of goes up right there. Again, it's not that important. As long as you know where the ghost is and you bring your spirit box to where you last saw the ghost interact, where you last saw the ghost do an event, then you should get spirit box, if it's a spirit box ghost. The tier 1 thermo, while I don't personally love it, its speed is low, and its accuracy is medium. I don't know. You could probably hold off on upgrading it, honestly. Some people really love the tier 1 thermo. I personally love the tier 2 thermo. That's just me, though. I don't think there's any reason to go from the tier 1 to tier 2 UV light. Everybody loves party sticks, and it's freaking amazing. And you can use it infinitely because you just keep shaking it. You just keep shaking it. I would definitely upgrade my camera, though, because the quality of this camera is ass. And you will love the tier 1 or the tier 2 camera for sure. Crucifixes, tier 2 crucifixes are much better. Their range is bigger. They have 2 uses. They're freaking amazing. Definitely will upgrade that. The candles I would definitely upgrade as well, especially for your on Rio tests. The ranges are the same. Duration is longer, and this is the sanity reduction speed. I don't rely on candles to do anything for sanity anymore, so I don't really look at that anymore, but they're gonna last you a lot longer because you have 4 candles. So for on Rio tests, it's gonna be really good. The tier 2 flashlight is definitely gonna be an upgrade over the tier 1 flashlight. The tier 1 flashlight sucks. Head-mounted cameras, if you're playing solo, I wouldn't even worry about upgrading them. I haven't been upgrading mine because it's $10,000 to upgrade it. What's nice about this camera is it does have a flashlight on the top of it, so I don't know. It is what it is. If you don't want to carry a flashlight, could be worth it to you. Tier 2 is going to be a lot longer than, or like going to be a lot better than this. You have 10 uses, 10 match uses for this one, but this one lasts 5 minutes. You're never going to use it for like 5 minutes at one time, so it's going to last you a long time. Tier 2 smudge sticks are going to be amazing too because they have a bigger range. They have a longer duration by 1 second, which isn't like life-changing, but it's pretty cool. And then also it has a slowing effect. It'll actually slow your ghost down for 5 seconds during the hunt when you smudge it. So just keep that in mind as well when you do use them, because sometimes you'll be like, oh, the ghost is slow, but it's not actually slow. It's just somebody smudged it. So something to keep in mind there. But the tier 2 smudge sticks are pretty cool. Tier 2 motion sensors are pretty cool. You can have, you remember how our motion sensor had a line, like a laser line across it? You can actually have 2 of them so that like, you can see the direction the ghost is going. So if it lights up this one over here and then this one, you know it's going this way. Or if it lights this one and then this one, it's going this way. So you can kind of tell where the ghost is going directionally. Other than that, everything else should be the same. Tier 2 paramic is so much better because it has a bigger bowl, so you can like hear things a little bit better. It has a range of 30 meters as opposed to 20, so this will be better if you want to be on big maps. It'll help you hear a lot better. Tier 2 camera, I would definitely upgrade. It's so much easier to take photos with a viewfinders because you can like line them up perfectly to get that centered photo. Centered photos are better than non-centered photos. So if you take a photo and it's not centered in your photo, you may get it like a 2 or a 1-star photo instead. Tier 2 salt is freaking amazing because you can lay it out in a line as opposed to just like a pile. And you get 3 uses out of it. So tier 2, I would definitely upgrade to. Tier 2 pills, I would definitely do as well. They are much faster. But you don't necessarily need to. As long as you're okay waiting the extra 10 seconds, it's not that big a deal. Not that big a deal. Tier 2 sound sensors are really cool. You can have ranges of 5, 10, and 15 meters. I didn't realize this tier 1 had a 5 and 10 meter radius. I didn't think it was getting bigger and smaller, but maybe I missed something there. But anyway, you can have 3 sizes of motion sensors. And their shape are circle. Like once you get to 3, you can actually do directional motion sensors, which is pretty cool. And then tripod. I mean, if you want to, it's not necessarily, like I almost never use tripods. Like honestly, the only reason I use tripods is if I'm having a hard time finding orbs. These tripods can be knocked over by the ghost, so it is maybe more beneficial for you to upgrade to tier 2 if you're getting your tripods knocked down a lot. So these won't get knocked down by the ghost as much, and there's a rotation control, so it can pan across your room. So those are my opinions on the tier 1 items. They're really not that bad, especially like if you're trying to save money, or you're like, you know what, I want to upgrade some things but not other things. I don't have enough money to upgrade for these things. Hopefully maybe that'll help you pick which ones you want to upgrade. But thank you guys so much for watching. If you have any questions, please make sure to leave them in the comment section below. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I will see you guys in the next Phasmophobia guide video. Bye!